Welcome to the Pursuit of Wholeness Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Lexi Stiles. Everything here has one common thread, the intention of bringing you back to the healthy, divine, and worthy self that you are. We'll gather for conversations about Eastern medicine, holistic and preventative healthcare, the power of the subconscious mind, and to witness the authentic journeys of like-minded, inspirational humans. You're already whole exactly as you are. Let's help you remember that. Hello, and welcome to the Pursuit of Wholeness podcast. I'm your host, Lexi, and it feels so surreal and exciting to be saying this. This podcast has been honestly years in the making. There have been different iterations, different forms, different collaborations, different names, and nothing ever completely felt right. And I have come to be a really big believer in actually waiting for the current of life to be flowing with you. Doesn't always mean that the first step or the second step or the third step will be easy or without fear or without trepidation, but I do feel that life, when lived in alignment, is meant to be in flow. When we are in flow, living with the currents of life, I think everything happens naturally, with ease, with a lot less effort. And so I waited. I waited until it felt like it felt like a full body yes, but until all of the pieces seemed to land and it really felt like the right time. And I'm so happy that it's the right time here and now and that this is happening, and wanted to have a podcast for years. It's funny. I'm quite a quiet, introverted person, but I actually love public speaking. It's a pretty funny contrast in my personality. I love speaking. I love sharing. I love the wisdom that emerges in conversation. And I'm really happy and excited to be curating a space that allows for that to all hopefully happen here. And I wanted to touch on the name, the Pursuit of Wholeness, because maybe at first glance, it leaves this sense of this is how we get to wholeness, implying that maybe wholeness doesn't already exist right now. And I do not want to add to this culture, this incessant conditioning that we need more and have to do more and become more. I believe the true pursuit of wholeness in this lifetime is recognizing that in this moment, exactly as you are, exactly as I am, there is perfection, there is wholeness. And as long as we are in this human incarnation, in this lifetime, there is an infinite amount of evolution and an infinite capacity for even more wholeness. So I want to bridge this gap and let two truths exist at the same time, where we can simultaneously feel whole and satisfied and in love and really happy and really present and really joyful, and recognize that life just wants more of that for us. And there's always a greater level of evolution. It doesn't make anything wrong in the here and now. It doesn't make any flaws present. It just is kind of the journey of the human experience. And so within that, I hope to share a lot of modalities, teachings, lessons, people, powerful influences that have helped me in my own journey to wholeness. I mean, as with anyone, we're all on the same journey, whether we recognize it or not. That's the beautiful thing about life, and the beautiful thing about the way the universe works is it so badly wants us all to experience wholeness and to remember that state of divinity within us, that whether we're consciously on the path in pursuit of wholeness or not, it's happening. But I feel I have consciously been on this kind of pursuit of wholeness for a while, which in some ways has been a disservice, because in the beginning, it really emphasized that I wasn't whole already. It was coming from that energy of seeking more, desiring more, wanting to become more, and inherently creating this state of dissatisfaction with the way things were in myself. So, anyways, this journey of wholeness has been the journey of a lifetime, as it is for anyone, but I really came from a fragmented place and existed in a very fragmented sense for a lot of years in almost every area of my life, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And I think over the last decade, especially, I guess it's been since I really kind of started diving deep into self. I can honestly say that I have touched on this energy of really feeling a sense of wholeness and a sense of completeness with where things are, and also understanding there's so much more to come, but not desiring that wholeness from a place of lack anymore, but more from a place of adventure and excitement and exploration. So I'm really excited to share my own learnings and teachings, but also a lot of the people that have been really influential to me and a lot of the modalities that have been really special. I mean, Chinese medicine holding a very, very special place in my heart and a very important role in this evolution, my own personal evolution. If you don't know, I'm a doctor of Chinese medicine, traditional Chinese medicine. I've been practicing for 7 years clinically now. Um, and it's definitely evolved over the years, but I come back to a consistent marvel and awe for the foundations of the philosophies behind Chinese medicine. And it is a way of looking at the world that just completely changed my reality, and I could never go back afterwards. So, this will definitely be a space where we explore philosophies and foundations of Chinese medicine and different health conditions and how to support ourselves and how to live with the seasons and live with the earth, and this idea of us humans being a small microcosm of this bigger macrocosm ecosystem around us. I'm really grateful that this can be a space where I come to hopefully impart some of those teachings, and let it also be interactive in that I'm curious to see what people want to know more about, because it's just such a vast body of knowledge. Sometimes it feels almost overwhelming to know where to start or what people actually want. So I'm really looking forward to making it a helpful and tangible resource for anyone that's looking to get into greater alignment with themselves and feel better physically, mentally, and emotionally. And I'm also super excited to share this space and have conversations with really inspiring people in my life. I think some of the greatest teachings and learnings and wisdom pieces come forward in conversation with other people. And I am constantly in awe of other people's stories. And if there's one thing that we all have in common, it's that we're all going through huge evolution and transformation all of the time. And I just love hearing what that looks like for different people and how different people move through it. And yeah, so I'm really excited for this to be a space and a spotlight for other people to share. And one of the major themes in this space on the Pursuit of Wholeness podcast is going to be around bioindividuality and coming back to the self in a way that maybe the world doesn't quite understand or encourage yet, but that I think is so pivotal in true healing, in that finding how life is meant to be for us uniquely. What works for us, what doesn't work for us, what do we like, and what do we not like, and how does our energy work, and letting it be very different from those around us. I think getting really granular with our uniqueness and our individual biology and our physiology and pathology and all of these things happening at a cellular level, informing how things work day to day. And then on an even deeper level, the energetic body, like we're all just so vastly unique and different. And the world kind of likes these one size fits all prescriptions. And so I'm really excited to change that narrative back to one where let's really discover and value and promote our individuality and our uniqueness. And I think that is one of the greatest catalysts to bringing us back into our wholeness. So, needless to say, we will be covering a lot of different topics and modalities and areas. And in typical manifesting generator style, there's going to be a little bit of everything, but we're going to embrace it and always coming back to that common thread of how can we find more wholeness through really understanding and valuing our individuality. So I'm super excited to embark on this journey with you. And honestly, I know it's said a lot, but thank you so much for being here. It's not lost on me how valuable it is to have a little piece of someone's attention in a world that is pulling our attention and our awareness in 1,000 different directions. So thank you for spending this time together. I cannot wait to see where this takes us. I'll see you next week.